Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the legendary investor, mom, wife, top 1% real estate agent, movie star, TV star, Laura Morby. How you doing, Laura?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I didn't know what else to think of. That was just off the top of my head. It didn't flow very well, but I tried.
That's a lot for me.
That's a lot. That's your entire resume. Well, hey,
Watch the show flops and then messes it.
Hey, you had a TV show if that happens. How many of us could say that? Not many. So what I want to talk about is we ended episode number 2. I want to talk about first-time home buyers.
I
believe they are a critical part of the market. I
Mm-hmm.
believe getting on the property ladder is one of the best ways to be financially healthy later in life.
Yes.
I'm a huge believer of it. So I know you have a lot of experience with first-time home buyers. So why don't we just talk about that market first, and then we'll go into some things I think are changing.
Sure. I mean, I think this segues perfectly off of our last video about how terrible it is to be a tenant right now.
Yes.
And so if you can get somebody into their first property, I don't use this often, but it truly is. It's life-changing.
Absolutely.
It really is.
No question.
And then by the time they're ready to move on to their next property, they can keep their first one as a rental property, and then they can start having some passive income and all that good stuff. But you have to actually make that first leap, and that's terrifying, and people are afraid of it. And it's been really hard lately because you cannot play in the market earlier, like April, May. You're a first-time home buyer. Your offer was getting overlooked. If you're FHA and
back of the list,
had just a couple $1,000s down, and you didn't have any money to cover a low appraisal, and you weren't willing to sign over your firstborn child, your offer was being tossed in the trash. And so you were telling me something that I didn't know. So you should share this as well here with a new program that's coming out. Yeah.
So I'm a huge believer in first-time home buyer. It's why I added house hacking to my course and self-management, things of that nature. But one of the most important things is it's not even availability of homes. It's getting a yes answer from a bank. That's tough, right? First-time home buyers often don't have the longest track record of credit. They may have a light file because they've been paying rent, right? They don't have these extras. So one of the things that as it's written, I'm a huge fan of, and that is what Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are updating their systems right now. It's going to go live, I think, September 14th or 15th, is they will now consider rent payments, 12 months of rent payment against the credit file. So I like this so much. I went out and did extra research because my mortgage broker brought it to me. We talked about it, Matt, the mortgage guy, blah, blah, blah. But what I did is I went further because I'm like, that sounds hard. Do I got to give them access to my bank account? I was like, I'm not sure I want the government looking at my stuff, right? I'm not a big fan of that. So what I did, what's going to happen is you're going to submit a credit file as normal. To this automated system, because it's all automated now, right? Yeah, it's going to come out and say mortgage eligible, which means a yes, or it's going to come out no. So right now, if the answer comes out no, and you're a first-time home buyer, the system is going to say, if we looked at 12 months of credit, rent payments, and there were 12 on-time payments, would that change a no from a yes? So it's awesome. So what Fannie and Freddie did is they estimated a 6-month history of no answers, and they found that 17% of the no's would become yeses. I'm like, awesome, right? Wow. That's a good thing because your credit's still strong. It's a more complete file. I would say 12 months of rent payment is one of the best indicators for homeownership. I know homeownership is more things. I get it, but I love this idea.
Me too. That's amazing.
Yeah.
There's nothing more heartbreaking than when you have someone who has saved up a down payment and they're ready to buy, and they're in the position to buy, like their lease is about to be up, and then they get declined. And having this little push, even if it's only 17% of people, that's a lot, actually. It's like a fifth, almost a fifth.
You're right. I didn't think of that. Yeah, it's almost a fifth. Yeah. And again, what I like about this is you don't have to give access to your bank, right? Because that's why I got nervous. I'm like, what's going on? So what will happen is you get a no. They will run this alternative algorithm. If it comes back yes, they're going to ask for 12 months of statement. So you're going to send them the file or the ACH or however rent is collected, right? They're going to validate. And more importantly, folks, if you're a renter out there, they're going to tie those payments with your application, right? Your application up front is going to say how much you pay for rent. And if you lie, they're going to know, right? Oh, I only paid $1,200. If it comes back paying 15 or whatever it is, or the other way, they're going to know. And that will be an automatic decline. But yeah, I like this. It's not intrusive. It's extra steps, but yeah, even if it's 10%, but yeah, 17% go from no to yes. I'm great. I think that's a wonderful thing.
I think so too. And that will help get a lot of people out of the tenant year after year after year.
Exactly. Right on the edge, right? Yeah, it's a wonderful
sorry.
thing.
Is that me? That's me. Sorry.
It's okay. I barely hear it.
My daughter is, she gets a FaceTime from grandpa every Sunday morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's really cute. And it's grandpa that has quite a few grandkids and he just goes through the line.
That is awesome.
I can tell he's going through the line, but it's so cute because he does he makes the effort to FaceTime each of his grandkids.
So folks, if you're watching this and you're a grandparent, do yourself a favor, stop watching this video, go call your grandkids.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And it's really cute because he won't be he's a man, so he can only handle so much.
You have to be 2 or 3 minutes,
before he's like, "Hey, great,
gotta go."
So, but it's really cute, and she gets a kick out of it, and she expects it every Sunday, and
that is awesome.
She thinks it's really funny that he, wants to it's like kind of like, I don't know. Do you remember getting mail when you were a kid?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I feel like it's the
today's
2021 version of getting mail. It's like,
I got something.
Really?
That is awesome. So folks, again, if you're a grandparent, call your grandkids. They love it. Yeah. So back to first time home buyers. The other thing I want to talk about is we talked about this, I think 6 months ago. In episode 2, we talked about higher taxes coming if you're an owner. But on the other side, I believe one of the things that's going to come out of this budget reconciliation is a first-time homebuyer kind of credit or something that gives them down payment money, somewhere between 10 and 25 grand. It's probably going to be the end number. And I believe this administration is going to focus on first-time homebuyers, and they're going to give away some money. And I think that's going to, you do that plus, 17% better chance of getting a yes. All of this means I think the next year or so of being a first-time home buyer, you got a shot, because again, remember episode 2, all those landlords are going to kick people out, which hurts tenants, but it's going to help first-time home buyers.
Yes.
Because there will be more supply for this little window of time.
Yeah, because those are the type of homes that they would be buying. It's the size, it's the bedrooms, bathrooms, it meets all the things. And I think that would be a really good use if, the government wants to give money away. I think it would be a really good use to do it in the form of a grant for down payment assistance.
I agree.
It'd be great. And I think that ended up working out pretty well when they did do down payment assistance. And I think it worked out great.
Yeah, I think it is a very different time. I mean, when I hear things like this, my initial data side of me goes, do they not freaking know we only have 1.3 million homes available and we should have 3? Why the hell are they adding more demand? But I think we might get lucky and marry up a rush of supply. Because again, we're missing the low end of the market. Mom and pop landlords are going to be pissed off. 10 to 20% going away. They're going to, be putting on right when the first time home buyers come. So it might work out for everyone. Yeah.
Well, I guess we're going to have to see how long the evictions and the property cleanups take before those start hitting our market. So I wonder if they'll hit the end of this year or the beginning of next.
Well, let's just play it out, right? There are states out there where evictions, again, all evictions across the country are going to be backed up for a while, right? Where if you're in an area where eviction was, call it 3 weeks, it's probably going to be 6 weeks now. It's
because of the supply of
people
trying to get in.
The pipe's not any bigger, right? You just
no.
Yeah. So I think what is it? Let's call it September. Oh, it's going to be tight. Late November, early December. Yeah.
Is it going to be next year then?
I think for the lion's share. Yeah. I think the big wave is next year, which is perfect because that's probably when the program comes out.
Yeah. Actually, that would be perfect. If they could figure that out, that would be really wonderful.
No, they won't figure it out. It'll be a complete accident. Come on. There's
I
no
know.
figure out or planning in this. This is friggin' happy accidents. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh man. But you know what? If it helps first time home buyers become able
Oh,
to be
absolutely.
players in our market again, I think it's beautiful and I love to see it. And that's one of my most emotionally rewarding experiences is being able to work with first time home buyers. I love it. And even though I've been in the business for a while, I was told when I was newly getting my license to never get mad at a first time home buyer's question
Yeah.
and never forget how exciting these things are, like all these firsts. And so I think that I've really taken that to heart and I truly do enjoy the entire process. I love all the questions.
Yes.
I love the excitement. I love helping them get through uncertainty. I love helping people make a good decision. And I love seeing them eventually become successful and move into their first home. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love nothing more. So I'd love to be a part of many more of those in 2022.
Yeah, me too. I love seeing it. Again, the only reason I am where I am today is because my parents bought a house in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, that and we never moved, right? That was just it. But one thing I do want to say, I'd be remiss because again, I've been buying since the early 2000s. I saw the run up and the crash up close and personal. We can't have first time home buyers get yes answers that simply don't qualify. Right.
Yes.
I love what they're doing with the credit. If you can add rent and you get 17%, get yeses instead of no's, awesome. But if you include it and we get 100%, that's just going to end badly again. What did we learn last time? Laura, last time I declined renters because of poor credit, poor income.
Yep.
They bought homes.
No.
Let's just say that did not end well.
Yeah, they defaulted within the first 90 days, I'm sure.
And they lived there for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, folks, there's nothing like being a first-time home buyer helping you get in, but I want them to stay in. The people that lost homes in 08, 09, their kids are hurt, right?
Yes.
Their kids saw mom and dad get foreclosed on, and they will likely not ever buy. Yeah. Again, home ownership is awesome. Getting on the property owner is awesome, but they got to stay there. Getting a home for 2 years and then losing it, not cool.
Doesn't feel good. Yep. It doesn't feel good. And I think part of that too is like how much you qualify somebody for.
Yeah,
you know?
We can't drop that. We got to make these qualified loans. We can't just wave our arms and say everybody deserves a home. Well, that's not how the system works.
Yeah, because it doesn't work out great for anybody, including them. So.
Well, it worked out great for me because property values would go up. I would sell again and I would just wait for the aftermath. But I don't want that. It was too painful.
Yeah, it was painful. It was painful to watch, but you're 100% right. But this is exciting. This is good news too, because again, those people were pushed out of our buying pool in April and May. Yep, and so if we can bring them back and help out some people who would otherwise be looking to become tenants again, in an already bad place to be as a tenant, then yes, let's do it. I can't wait. That's exciting.
It is exciting. Well, Laura, how can people follow you, be part of your world?
I am on Instagram, Laura Morby, no spaces, and my phone number is 480-717-2070.
Awesome. Thanks, Laura.
Thank you.